Wow, such wonderful analysis by Jimmy and Uru and Ifeanyi. Thank you, guys. So we will get right into the next topic for discussion. And that topic is a critical aspect of the Nollywood film industry. And that is the relationship between producers and actors. So we're talking about that when we get back from the break. Sit tight. This is the Angels No Filters show. And we are back and ready to go into the nitty-gritty of our great Nollywood. Right now, like we said before we went on the break, we'll be talking about the relationship between producers and actors in Nollywood. Look, I am an actor myself and also a producer. And there is this feeling, I know there is this feeling that producers may not fully appreciate the depth of preparation by actors. Some actors believe that producers are only concerned with the bottom line, which is the end product. Do you guys feel this assertion is true? What have been your experiences with producers on set? Who's going to go first?
Yes, I would say to an extent, yes, you're right. I was talking to someone about this recently when we were heading out to a production outside of Lagos, and we stopped at the airport and we were just talking about productions in general and how producers treat films as it's almost as if you're in a factory and all you do is just churn out the products. Some factories don't really care about the quality of what they churn out, but they just have to, it's mass production. So they mass produce, you know, on a scale. They know that this is their target for a period and they just have to, you know, produce these films. So they don't really care what goes into the films, how much time it takes the actors to prepare. Sometimes you don't even have the locations before you go on set. Sometimes you don't even have the right costumes.
Exactly.
You know, there's just so
Story of my
much
life
that's lacking. You know, and then when you show up on the set, it's almost as if everything is just happening as you go along. So before the next scene, you see them, they're running around, oh, we don't have this, we don't have that. And I don't know why they do that, but it's not like you don't have the money. You had the money, all you needed to do, and you had the time.
Yes.
So you just needed to put the time to good use before you go on and say, for goodness sake, you don't have to shoot. Yeah?
Exactly.
It's going to be a
why bring people together and then, you know, you're not even ready.
And, you know, it's a lot of stress on the actor as well. Because we perform in isolation. Like we're almost as if we're magicians. You know, you want someone to act like they're a drug addict and you don't provide them. You know, you don't have the environment that, you know, informs you how to do these things. They just expect you to have like a catalogue of different variations of emotions in your head. And they say when they say act this, you go into that catalogue and program and just act it. You know? So they don't care about us, it's just a production. They have to shoot in X amount of days, they have to edit, and then they have to sell off to the platforms. You know, and then by the time that you watch it, you start to wonder, she wore this hair, and then the continuity is a different
something else. Yes,
you know. So there's so much that works against us as the actors because the producer hasn't done due diligence before they actually go on the set. You know, so it's really it's a tricky place to be. And obviously, but when you work on a set where the producer has done a lot of work, you can feel it. You can see it. You know, and it enables you to give your best, even though we're still acting in isolation.
Yes.
But for some reason, you know, it's a much more better enabling environment because you're able to relax, you're able to think about it properly. You have discussions with the director, you talk about how your delivery is going to be, you can internalize a bit more. You know, all these other factors, you know, play a huge role in how you perform as an actor. Now, talking about the producer's perspective, because I'm on both lines of the spectrum, our budgets are very limited. And because our budgets are very limited, we're shooting on in a very short time frame, and we've got so much to get done within that time frame. And if we don't get that done within that time frame, remember, you know, you hire an actor and you tell him you need him for 5 days. He's booked another gig after your 5 days, and if you're not done with him within that 5 days, you're gonna have to look for ways to either, you know, shoot in the future and have him come back. And the challenge of doing that is that you might not have him because he's busy on other sets.
Yeah, but most of the time, the producers beg the actors and say, just give us 2 more days. Okay, no, it's 1 day. And then 1 day turns into 2 days.
If you are lucky to have an actor that will give you that 2 days, some people won't, right? The ones that won't, what do? You end up having to book. I mean, it happened on the set that I worked on just about 2 weeks ago. We shot 2 weeks ago. This actress will not be available till... That's 2 weeks ago. That was November. That's beginning of December. She's not going to be available till next week. So that means he's got 3 weeks, a huge 3-week gap. So, and now he's going to have to pay all the crew to come back because it's not the same fee. You've paid them for that 5 days. So if you want them to come back for an extra 1 or 2 days, you have to pay again. You know, but you then have to have a discussion with the actress and say, listen, you know, it's because of you we're bringing all these things back. We have to reschedule to do this pickup scene. Then if she's understanding, she won't charge you to come back and do that pickup scene. Yeah. You know, so I mean, it's a huge, should I say, there's a lot that goes into it on both sides. So, you know, I don't blame the producers for shooting on such short time frames and such limited budgets because really and truly the returns aren't huge. You know, the platforms are very limited and not paying a great deal. So, and that's the reason why the budgets are very small, and that's the reason why they have to they have to work on everything's on shoestring type frame.
I see Jimmy is itching to say something. Jimmy, what's your experience?
I'm trying to pick my words.
Yes. Do not pick your words. This is filters.
I respect the reality of the industry. And like Ura said, it's not, you have little to do a lot with. But again, you set the timeline. You set the amount of days. If you don't plan, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you plan to fail, you fail to plan. However it goes back and forth. What you will find is there's a lack of planning, and I think that there needs to be a respect for what actors do. And to be fair, until you are behind the camera, walking in your shoes, you don't understand what it is to be an actor. You're in a room with 30, 40 people. And on cue, you're expected to produce real emotions. You have to forget everybody that's in the room. You have to play for the camera. You have to remember your lines. You have to communicate with the audience and translate an emotion that you were feeling so that people at home can feel it. Your crew members are your first actor, your first audience. If they don't feel it, you've already failed. There's a lot of work to become a character. And what people don't understand is what they see is not the crew members or the director, it's the actors. And so if you don't put me in an enabling environment to produce this, they say that actor is bad. You don't know the backstory that we shot this at 4 a.m. because somebody didn't get what they were supposed to get for the scene. Or the environment, they booked a faulty location where there was so much noise, so we had to keep cutting. This is an emotional scene and you have to say cut. And when they say cue on action, you're expected to bring it back. Emotion, no one knows all of the stories that we've been waiting in the car for 5 hours because the location manager did not get his location on time. And it's a lot of things because it's like, it's almost a walk of faith for an actor because I can give you my best work, but it doesn't doesn't mean that the end product is going to be amazing. There's post-production, there's a lot of things that go wrong. And it's like, I give my heart and soul. And yes, I get it. It's not fun on both sides, but you came to me and said you need 5 days. It's your responsibility to finish in 5 days. Because I will give you what you've asked for. But when you have a situation where you say call time, a lot of times you hear that actors come late. Why? We're a product of the system, the monsters that you've made. And when I say that, I mean, you tell an actor to show up for 8 o'clock. I show up at 8 o'clock and I know, I've done it many times with my PA. I say, listen, let me bet you I'm not shooting till 12:30. And I will get there 8 o'clock just to prove a point. So when I've waited for 4.5 hours, now, hey, you've paid for my time. So I'm happy to sit and wait. What you do with my time is up to you because you've had me, you've booked me for 4 days. If you decide to keep me waiting for 12 hours on day 1, that's on you. But on day 4, when my time with you is up, don't come and expect me to give you back your 12 hours. That's not my fault. If you go to a rental car, and you rent a car for 3 days, and for the first day you leave that car parked and you don't do anything with it, and then day 2 and day 3 you say, oh, can I get 1 day back because I didn't, excuse me? We had an agreement. And it comes down to respect for the craft. Respect for you as a person.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain people that you won't try certain things with because you know that they don't play with their time. If I honor your time, you honor mine as well. But then when you disrespect my time and keep me waiting, then ask me for an additional 1 day, and if I say no, then I'm the bad guy. But someone else has paid for my time, so I'm going to put their project in jeopardy because you didn't plan properly. And then I have to suffer for your negligence because now I'm responsible to shoot overnight on your set, show up on that set and somehow give them 110% as well, what you've taken from me. Well, you're happy because you've got what you wanted from me and at my detriment. So a lot of times I tell people all the time, listen, you know, if you pay me the money that I'm asking for, you wouldn't disrespect me. It's the truth. You come to me with beg money. You pay me a beg money. You will beg, you will treat me like a beggar on your set. If you pay me 1 million to be on your set, you will not keep me waiting. You know why? You look at me, look at how much you've spent. Yo, please, what's the next scene? Everybody get your ish together.
Your
because
mouth will be where your money's at.
Exactly, because you've paid, and so you value what you pay for. And that's the truth. And it's the truth in life. If you bought a bag for $10,000,
you'd value it.
The way you would treat that bag different way you bought a bag for $100. No one. Some people they'll book a plane seat. This seat is for my bag, and they pay for that seat because you know how much you've spent. Right. And so there's always the thing about yes, there's a tight budget, and yes, you know I understand that, but it's an exchange of value. The first thing they teach you in business is time is money. If you want me on your set, you want my face, you want my talent. For a reason. And I tell producers all the time, you don't go to a Mercedes-Benz dealership with Toyota money. It doesn't work. Before you enter the dealership, you will count your cash and see what you're about to get. And I tell producers all the time, if you can find somebody else who can do what I do for less, it's business sense to go with them.
Exactly.
Straight up.
Exactly.
If you can find someone else to give you the value that I'm going to give you for this amount, then by all means, do that. But don't beg me don't ask, because producers will never have money. They never have money, and I get it. The budget is tight.
Tell them.
Then you look at
they are watching. Tell them.
See, the truth of the matter is this, and I'm being very listen. I've been on both sides. The hey, let's have a conversation.
Yes, please.
Hold on. If you're going to go to war, you count the cost, right? So you want to shoot a project. You look at how much you have. That determines who you want on your project.
Yes.
So if I have 1K and Ifeanyi is worth 900, okay, I'll get Ifeanyi for 900 and I'll get an upcomer for the 100. Then I have my 1K.
Yes.
But don't have 1K and Ifeanyi is worth 900. Now, if you and Ifeanyi have a relationship, then that's different.
Yes,
because we have respect. If Ifeanyi is doing a project as an actor and I'm an actor as well, I give him that respect as you're my colleague. So I won't charge you without charging anybody else. Okay, but if I have
family
it's a family, you know what I mean? You know? But what's even more upsetting is when you do favors for producers and you slash your price and then they still disrespect you on your set. And it's like, wait, what's going on? Wait. At the end of the day, now I'm doing you a favor. I've stepped back to help you. And yet, it's a thing of respect. Because if you respect me, you won't treat me a certain way.
True.
The same way I respect you as well. So if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, if I keep you waiting on you, and I'm not saying all actors are perfect because it goes both ways. Some actors will say call time is 8 and they show up at 6 p.m. And then you have other actors waiting. There's that as well. But if it's a quid pro quo where you show up, you give me the tools I need to do what you've asked me to do.
Yes.
No one goes to farm. You say you want me to farm your land. You don't give me a tractor, you give me nothing. You say just go and farm. We want my teeth. You call me as an actor. You say I'm a rich mogul in this script. That you saw the script, you approved the script, you brought the script to me, and then you tell me you don't have what it takes to bring the script to life. Why did you choose this story? You tell me I'm a millionaire, but then I'm sitting in a house and I'm like, wait, I'm not even 1,000 years.
I was waiting for the example. I was just waiting.
Hold on. But you expect me to exude rich and opulence and wealth, but you're giving me. I'm like, what's happening? What am I, a magician?
Oh, the table is broken.
So again, it's now your responsibility as a producer. You look at what you have and you make the best of what you have. If your script, you don't have the money for the script, don't cut back the script. Make what you have. You use the money you have to go as far as you can. Don't be trying to. I was on a project. They asked me to say I had this character had OCD. It was very particular, and he was quite wealthy as well. And so in my mind, the description of the scene, you know, all white house, white plush furniture, everything meticulous to the T. And, you know, there's a certain way and look, right? You bring me to the set, and he's always taking this girl on a date. So obviously he's rich, a very expensive restaurant. Duh, right? No, they took us to a canteen of a hotel.
No, please.
A canteen of a hotel. The table is rickety. There is a trash, like a dustbin can next to my table.
Please, what's the name of the producer?
Wait, let's leave it. And what's crazy is, I'm supposed to be OCD, and now when I'm in character, But even me as a human being, I'm like, wait, why is there trash a bin right next to my table?
You pick up the trash.
I'm supposed to be OCD even in this movie. You go into my house, it's not white. In fact, the walls are off white. In fact, they are crayons that kids have drawn on the wall, and I'm thinking, wait, I'm OCD.
Special kind of OCD.
What is going on here? So there's so much that we can talk about on both sides, and if you don't stop me, I can keep going.
Yeah, I'm trying to stop you already.
I'm just going to pull back.
I'm trying to stop you already, Jimmy. Jimmy, you're vexing. You are vexing. You can just go on and on and on and on. I've been trying to stop you. Okay, so guys, I'm going to be honest, okay? From everything the three of you said, I kept hearing one word, and that is professionalism or lack of it. So are you guys saying, this is me asking now, are you guys saying that producers may not be professional? Trust me, I am a producer as well, so Jimmy, please be careful. Please be careful. But then I understand.
There I am again. Let's go start shooting now.
I understand, because truth is, when I shot my first movie, right, I told myself, look, I had been on set as an actor before, and I told myself, I know what I saw. Okay, talking about some of the things you talked about. And I told myself, no, I understand. Correct. Yeah, I understand as an actor, what I had to go through. So as a producer, I'm not gonna make these mistakes. I'll try as much as possible, even with our little budget, like like you said, to correct these mistakes. We just keep trying. Ifeanyi, Kalu, what have been your experience? Do you have any of this?
I mean,
painful.
They have said a lot,
Yes.
But I like to tell people that the entire thing about production is production. I think is about 80% planning and 20% execution.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you have everything ready, you'd have a smooth and seamless shoot.
Yeah.
And the thing is, and the truth is, it's not by force to shoot. It's really not by force. See, with the money that you have, all right, if you look at everything and you see that, this thing would not work. I think people have that wrong notion about thrive against all odds. There's just a thin line between stupidity and in trying to thrive. That's the truth.
That again, bro.
That's the truth. I tell you what, talking about experiences, right? The last set that I was on,
Who said?
I'll tell you after the show. So my guy, who happens to be the producer and the PM, calls and says, call time is 7 a.m. because we have to shoot at the beach, and we don't want the blah blah blah. I'm like 7 a.m. Fine. And I get there at about 7:30. Driving into the location, the owners of the property looked at me and they're like, "Yeah, can we help you?" I would have thought that these guys were already there, right? They were not there. But that's not even the issue. You give me a call time, I'm there before you. That's not even the issue. The issue is that these guys that own the property didn't even know anyone was coming to shoot. So you see, they had to keep me outside, all right, till these guys came. And then they started bargaining. The planning started on the first day of shoot, only in Nigeria. The movie Acrimony, I heard, was shot in how many days? 8 days? by Tyler Perry was shot in 8 days. All right. How possible would that?
He has his own studio.
I know he's got his own studio, but beyond that, it's not
Even
ever.
before he had his studio,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he had been
Yeah.
shooting, yeah.
And then I'm almost tempted to, I joke a lot. And I want to tell people that, you know what, I'm shooting this scene at 3 a.m. in the morning. You expect me to cry. I'm going to look at the camera and tell the audience, look, I beg, I they shoot this thing 3
I would
a.m.
actually cry because it's 3 a.m. in the morning.
Please, if I don't give you the emotion,
You just want to be on your bed.
That's
why you would cry.
no. So
And that's when they want to do the serious heavy scene.
Yeah. The reason you
Actors
shoot
suffer, man. People don't know what it is to be an actor.
actors suffer,
You
and
see
then
on TV, be like, oh,
and then
I
you
want
watch
that.
you watch
You
these
want that?
things, and you're like, you know that you can actually do better. But then the producers, I'm sorry, not all of them, but the producers, it's almost as though they don't care. It's this thing we are doing, all right. That's why I don't blame certain actors who say these are the kind of movies that I want to do, and they stick to that. All right. Don't come begging me. And like Jimmy said, how would you? I have agreed, to play to your tune. I have agreed to do this job for XYZ amount of money because of the way you've begged. And then I get on set, you disrespect me. You don't respect my time. You don't even respect my craft to say, oh, I'm going to give this guy everything he needs. I'm not talking about food or whatever. I'm not even talking about welfare. Yeah. I'm talking about everything that is needed to make every scene on point. You don't make it available. Then you take me for a fool.
Yes.
You get, so it's almost as though we are in some kind of buying and selling. That's the way some producers make it look like. It's like
It's a factory.
Yeah, like she said, it's a factory. Just churn these things out. You don't care. Just let's shoot 3 a.m. 4 a.m.
Let us sell our film.
And the truth is,
myself off that factory line.
I'm
not on that factory
for the
line.
records, I'm taking myself off that factory line. I'm out, bruv. But I mean, another thing. I'm not just going to blame the producers.
Thank you guys so much for all of your contributions. So right now, guys, we have heard of all of the challenges, or most of the challenges that actors go through in the hands of producers. Look, we know that actors do have wahala. My goodness, actors have wahala. I'm a producer too, so I know. You guys be careful with me now. Be careful with producers. Yeah, right now, guys, what I want to ask is, do you have anything to add in terms of possible solutions to these issues? Because you seem to have a lot of bad experiences, with producers.
But they are good experiences.
So what do you? We're not saying it's every producer that's like that. Okay, trust me. Actors do have wahala. We know that. Yeah. But then today we're talking about producers. So Jimmy, any possible solutions to proffer? See if there's
just 2 words: respect and professionalism. If you understand those two, then it's easy. Yeah. If you respect what I do and respect my craft and what it takes to create what you're asking me to do, then you treat me better.
Yeah.
And if we honor each other, that mutual respect, if I know that when you say we're shooting at 8, I'll show up at 7:30 or 7:45 because I know that 8 is 8.
Yes.
And things are in place.
Yes.
So it's a symbiotic relationship.
Exactly.
It's common sense. If you treat me well, and I feel like you respect me and you care about me, I want to give you my best.
Yes.
It happens with cast, with crew, with actors, with producers. It goes both ways. So I'll just say respect and professionalism.
Yes. Ifeanyi, Kalu, you want to add something?
If you don't have money, don't shoot.
You're so mean. You're so mean, but I agree with that. I mean, don't pack people to come to set when you know the money is not complete, and then you start saying this one is not there, this one is not there. I mean, it's embarrassing to say the least.
Sorry, I just thought about something. Yes. You say that money, no shit. You know when people call you for out of stage shoots, and they tell you that I beg, I'm paying for your flight, and
then you pay the one to go back.
And I'm like, I don't understand. No, you call me say you won't make me shoot. Who go pay flights and accommodation? Say please, bro. Make you adjust. I say, let me say you want to go shoot outside. Let's shoot in the Lego. Anyways, if you don't have money, don't
shoot. I agree. So Uru, in 2 sentences, if that's possible, any solutions?
Mutual respect. respect my craft, and I respect your position as producer.
Awesome. Yes. I agree. I totally
Jimmy
agree.
is not done.
Jimmy!
He's done. I'm done.
Jimmy!
I'm done.
I still see the lips shaking now.
I was just
I
gonna
still see
say,
the lips shaking.
You know, respect.
We have to come back.
No, it's true. Because if you have to demand respect, then you're not doing something right to begin with.
Yes.
That's the truth.
Yeah, mutual.
Mutual,
Yeah, respect.
Mutual.
Mutual.
Yeah.
We're done.
Oh my goodness, what a show. Thank you so much, you guys. Jimmy, Uru, Ifeanyi, you guys have made this show wonderful today. Exciting, sizzling, bustling. Thank you so much. And to my audience, you know, to aspiring actors, now you see that Nollywood is not all rosy. You know, because you see the actors, you know, with their, you know, nice houses, cars and all of that. They go on the red carpet with their nice clothes. You say, oh, Mo, I won't be like this person. I won't be like Jimmy. I won't be like Uru. It is not always. If you want to come into the industry, prepare well.
Please come.
Come on, we need you guys. You know, we need more people, but prepare. So now you know, you've heard from the horse's mouth. And look, this topic continues to be a critical one. And I'm hoping that we've been able to, you know, let the people who are concerned, you know some things that we have on our minds about them. And hopefully also, I believe that, hey, the possible solutions mentioned here will help, okay, if we practice them. Thank you so much again, guys, for coming on the show. Thank you, my beautiful audience, for watching. Please stay with us for more episodes of Angels No Filters. Thank you. Bye for now. This is the Angels No Filters show. Okay, guys, so this happens to be the Christmas edition of Angels No Filters, and we have little Christmas gifts for our guests on the show.
Wow.
So please bring them over. So we'll present them. Yes. So Ifeanyi, this is for you. Uru, that's for you. And yeah, bring the other one.
Very nice.
Beautiful. This is respect. This is respect.
The logic drop it over. That's for you.
Yeah.
That's like this.
When are you producing? When is your next?
Please call us.
Call us. We
will happily come and. That's how we are looking for.
I get the Producers Award for today. Yes. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you guys again for being on the show. I really appreciate you guys being on the show. Thank you for watching. And until another time, it's bye for now.
Bye.